Now, this isn't our first time reviewing Incogni. As many of you guys have seen in my channel, I've put Incogni up against giants like DeleteMe and Optery. I spent 2 weeks on Reddit threads and blogs digging for whatever information I could find on Incogni so that it wasn't just my reviews, but other people's experience with Incogni, so that we can look at both the good and the bad and see if Incogni is as legitimate as they say, or if there is some fluff in there. If you check out the link below, there is that discount code. While you're watching this, there are hundreds of companies out there with your name, your personal information, and in some cases, even your income level. They're called data brokers and they operate legally, which is the frightening part for one. They scrape for your public information by buying it off retailers or scraping it off apps, and then they resell it to marketing or scam callers, and even in some situations, stalkers. White Pages, Spokio, and Been Verified. They're there scraping for your information. Now, you might think, well, why don't I just remove my information? It'll be simple. It's not that simple. Sites like this often republish your information, or they just create a whole new site that is legal and republish your information there, which then you have to go find and go through the whole takedown process again. So removing it once just literally doesn't cut it. This is where a service like Incogni comes in. Incogni is ran by Surfshark. Who is Surfshark? It's a very trusted VPN company. So right off the bat, Incogni has credibility behind its name. It is a younger company. They did launch in 2022. I got t-shirts older than that. And right away, they market the fact that they'll operate on your behalf. All you have to do is sign up and give them some legal powers. Now, most users agree that the core system works, but how well it works versus other services and DIY is up for debate. The sign-up process is super simple. You input your name, your phone number, date of birth, and you can even add some older addresses that you might have lived at so that it does a broader scan. From there, you agree to give it some limited power of attorney so that it can act on your behalf. Limited power of attorney is just legal jargon for giving it permission to act on your behalf and to submit these takedown requests. From there, Incogni gets right to work. It scans anywhere from 170 to 210 plus data broker sites, scanning for your information, and as soon as it flags it, it'll automatically submit takedown requests, citing things like the CCPA and the GDPR violations. From there, broker sites have 30 to 45 days to comply. Somewhere that Incogni does stand out is what databases it actually scans. It focuses more on the private databases. Services like DeleteMe and Optery, they focus more on the public database area, places where Googling your own name will show up. This to me explains why there are so many mixed reviews, because people aren't reading or understanding where or what databases Incogni actually draws from. When I signed up, Incogni went straight to work. It immediately told me that it flagged 84 data broker sites within the first 10 minutes. And by the end of day one, it had successfully taken down my information from 34 sites. Then it stated how many hours it saved of my own personal work of submitting these takedown requests, which was about 25 hours, which is one of Incogni's biggest selling points. After 3 months of using Incogni, 171 brokers had been contacted. Of those, 60% actually completed my takedown requests. The rest, well, they either stalled, asked for more information, or some just declined. Like many others online, I did notice a huge drop in scam calls. And again, this is one of Incogni's biggest selling points. But when I searched my name, I could still find some information on Spokio and White Pages. And again, to remind people, this is one of the biggest differences with Incogni. It searches the private sector, not the public sector where search engine visibility lies. One big criticism that I learned in Reddit is verification. For those people that have alike names, it's really hard to verify if it was your information or someone else's that Incogni actually removed. Optery, for example, provides before and after screenshots of your information being removed or not. That is something that Incogni doesn't do and falls short of. Incogni's dashboard is praised for being simple and clean, and I would have to agree. The dashboard states how many tasks it has completed, how many broker sites it's scanned for, and what your risk score is. It even does a monthly email showing you everything that it's completed on your behalf. For those of you who want to just set it and forget it, Incogni does do a good job with that. But for those of us that want more comprehensive information and more visibility over our data, I would say this is where Incogni falls short. It doesn't state clearly what information a data broker site had, or if it was successfully removed by showing you an after like Optery of kind of like a comparison. Let's talk about pricing. This is definitely the area where Incogni punches above its weight. The pricing for what you get with Incogni is untouchable. The standard annual plan just costs $90. And if you want a monthly payment, it's $15. But I've definitely seen it lower with promotional codes. There's even a family plan that covers up to 5 people. Now, these higher tier services add things like custom takedown removal requests for sites that you already know contain your data, but aren't necessarily covered by Incogni. Now, enough about pricing. Let's talk about what Incogni does well besides the pricing. Incogni does a fantastic job right out of the gate. Instantly within the first 10 minutes, it flagged 80 data broker sites. And by the end of day 1, it had marked completed 30 takedown requests. That is just unheard of numbers in this space. It's also one of a few services that really focuses on private marketing databases. And this isn't a one and done scan. It works in the background, constantly scanning for your information that might have appeared or reappear in data broker removal sites. So I would say definitely give it about a month to let Incogni fully play out and do its job before judging. Support is only limited to email, but when I sent an email, I got a detailed response, so I'm definitely happy with that service. If you don't want to spend time digging through reports and trying to find information, Incogni's dashboard is super simple to navigate. As with any service, Incogni does fall short for some things. Incogni just doesn't cover as many public databases. So if your concern is getting your name off that search engine visibility, you're gonna fall short with Incogni. The other issue is verification. If you share alike names or anything like that, it's hard to know whether Incogni took down your information or someone else's that had a similar name to yours. You don't get any screenshots of what pieces of information those data broker sites actually had of you. Also, there is no phone or live chat support. So how does Incogni stack up with giants like DeleteMe or Optery? Well, DeleteMe, I would say, offers a more comprehensive public database facing removal service. Their reports are a lot more detailed, and it gives you real-time support if that is something that you're needing or looking for. And some removals have to be done manually through DeleteMe. Optery is more comprehensive. It even provides screenshots of the before and after of those takedown requests that it submitted on your behalf. The drawback with Optery, though, is the pricing, just like DeleteMe. It's going to cost you significantly more to get a service like Optery. Incogni just sits at a better place for budget friendliness and hands-off approach to data broker removal services. It's ideal for those who want to reduce the spam call numbers and just sit back and know that someone's handling things automatically on your behalf. If you want to check it out, don't forget to check out the description below for a discount link. Now, whether you choose Incogni, Optery, or DeleteMe, there is really no wrong choice to take if you want to start taking control over your digital privacy.